In this time of war and terror, it can feel like very confusing territory. It's uncharted waters. Thank God. It doesn't happen often, but when it does, we don't know what to think. We're not sure how to process such unprocessable, horrid, hellacious murdering of innocent civilians. So we look to our Gedolim and how they did, what they thought and how they responded. On this week's, tonight's edition of the Motivation Congregation Storytime Edition, we meet a Gadol, an inspiring Gadol. We see how he processed tragedy and what he prayed for and how he responded to the tough times. The great Klausenburg Rebbe. Perhaps you know some of his story, but he had 11 children and a wife with him, a beautiful life, a holy Jew, a tzaddik yesod olam, and the Nazis took all of them, sent them to concentration camps one by one. His family murdered by the Nazis, his wife murdered by the Nazis. Through the concentration camps, through death marches. He lost every single one of the members of his family. In fact, the oldest one actually did make it out of World War II and the Holocaust, but died shortly afterwards of an illness in the refugee camp. So he has nothing left. He's lost it all. And he said, I just heard this from a friend who heard it from Rebbe Greenwald, who said it over. The great Klausenburg Rebbe, through all of the agonizing and searing pain that he went through, he said he cried brutally. He cried bitterly, and he cried uncontrollably. But the hardest that he ever cried was when he was liberated, when the saviors came in the door. Because he said, all the while I was crying, I was so uncontrollable, but I at least held out hope that this is Moshiach. That it's all going to end in Laman Das Kol Amei Aretz Ki Hashem Hu Elokim Ve'ein Od Milvado, and I'll see everyone again, and Hashem's name will be declared throughout the land. And all I got, some American soldiers to come in the door. It broke him. We should pray, suggested Rabbi Greenwald, not just for the Yeshua, not just that the murdering of innocent civilians should stop, and not just for peace in the land of Eretz Yisrael, but we should pray that this ends with the coming of Moshiach and with the clarity of the entire world. L'man das kol amei ha'aretz ki Hashem hu Elokim ve'ein od milvado.